What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 27th episode of the Living Off Wi-Fi podcast. I'm your host, Pineapple, joined by the beautifully amazing, awesome, cute co-host, Bob. Say what's up.
Don't make this gay.
Too late, bud.
It's
already too late. We've gone too far. We've gone too far. But this week, it's just going to be Bob and I holding down the fort because Rel, well, we just assume he's probably dead somewhere. So R.I.P. Rel, if you're watching this from the afterlife, please don't haunt me. And Seabass, Seabass chose his job over us, so.
The feels.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Feels bad. So you're stuck with us for this week. Hope you guys don't mind. But this past week, we actually had pretty big week in terms of gaming. Not only did we have the launch of Cyberpunk, which we are going to get to a little bit later because unfortunately, Bob and I have played it.
Unfortunately? This guy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm giving him hints.
I meant to say we had the amazing opportunity to play the potential game of the year 2021. I mean what? But talking about game of the year 2020 something. I don't even know what I'm saying. The Game Awards happened this week, so we're gonna be giving our thoughts and opinions on the winners and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Like I said, it's the 27th episode of the Living Off Wi-Fi podcast. We've been going at it for almost an entire year. So I don't know what I'm trying to say. Fuck it. So Game of the Year. We're going to get straight into it.
Game of the Year?
What'd you think, Bob? Yes.
Ready for Game of the Year?
Should we go Game of the Year? Should we go Game of the Year or should we lead up to that? Fuck it. Let's lead up to it. Let's leave it to the end. Okay?
No.
Let's leave it.
Yeah.
No.
Let's go.
Nah, everybody already knows what Game of the Year is, but I'm just gonna put it out there right now. Last of Us did win a lot of the awards. I wouldn't say majority of the awards, but yes, it won 6 awards.
How many awards are there?
What do you think? I think there's like a good 20, 15, 20.
No,
I want to say there's
they got more than a quarter. That's all.
But anyways, do you agree with Last of Us 2 winning, a good handful of the awards for some of the categories, or do you think some of the other games should have won?
I agree with most of the categories right here. I'd say narrative. The way it goes, with storytelling and how it splits off the 2 different stories. I know some people didn't like that, but I thought it was great. The game direction, yeah, I'd go with that. Because well, I haven't played Final Fantasy at all. I don't know how that is. I played Last of Us. I've seen gameplay of Alex. I've seen gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima. I feel like it deserved that. What was the other one? Best audio design.
Hades. Oh no. I was looking at game direction. Yeah, audio design. Score and music. Yeah, Final Fantasy 1 score and music. So yeah, audio design. Basically, just the in-game sounds and audio cues and all that good stuff in between. So I do agree with majority of the awards that they won. I'm not gonna say that they don't deserve any of them because they do. Any. They deserve nothing. It needs to burn. No. But I know a lot of people have been giving the game a bad time. They've received Last of Us 2 has received a lot of backlash since the Game Awards. They're saying that the Game Awards were rigged. But I mean, if you look at it, it deserves them though.
Yeah. Like
the game released, yeah, it got delayed, don't get me wrong. But it released. The game looks, it's a beautiful looking game. Can't say it's not. It's absolutely beautiful. I haven't played it in 4K, so I can't say how much more beautiful it can be. But in 1080, it's a good looking game, especially like even for 1080. And then like the story, I wasn't a huge fan of the second half of the story. You guys already know. Bob already knows. You already know, Bob, that I wasn't a huge fan of it. But I reckon, but I do recognize it as being a good story. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean it's not good. Yeah. So it has a good story to it. It was emotional. It did make me cry. It did make me, feel bad for the characters and all that good stuff. I did cry. I'm not gonna lie. I did tear up. You know, especially when when Joel died. Obviously that was the the heavy hitter,
spoilers.
especially at the beginning of the game. Bitch, it's already been like a year. Okay, it's too late. We already spoiled this like
It's been
10
a year.
episodes ago. Okay,
It released this year.
it's been almost a year. It came out in like April.
Oh, should you call that a year?
It's been over half a year. Okay,
This guy over here.
but like I said, they hit you right in the gut at the very beginning of the game and all that, and like, and then after like, once Ellie gets back to Joel's house, that kind of hit me a little bit harder and all that. But like, it's a good emotional game. It released. It wasn't buggy. It played amazingly. I don't really know what else to say. Is that, The Last of Us 2 does deserve the awards that they received.
Yeah, I can definitely say that right there. Sure.
What?
I was gonna say, yeah, sure. Like it gets backlash and whatnot. Like even when it was released, when everybody started finishing the story, sure, it was getting backlash. But same time, people were also saying it's a good game. It's like a great game. They just don't really agree with the way it went, but they don't deny that it was a good game.
Which I think that's what a lot of people need to realize, especially with these Game Awards, because that's kind of how I went in with the mentality of like when I was voting. I know that my vote probably doesn't have like a lot of, weight because they still have judges, and obviously the judges have like the final word on the winners. But I think a lot of people do see it that way, where the accessibility was good, sound design was good, the story was really fucking good. Graphically the game looked amazing. It launched with like 0 bugs. The gameplay was fluid as hell too. Compared to the first one, it's like leaps and bounds, man. So I think that's what a lot of people are starting to recognize, but you still get the hardcore people that, no, Ghost of Tsushima should have won, or Hades should have won, or something like that. But anyways, what other games were you excited about that, or surprised that ended up winning awards?
Need to go into it. I feel like there was maybe 1 or 2 that I seen. I was surprised about. The one was.
You know what game?
I think it was best
while you
ongoing.
look for your game. Okay, yeah, I was about to bring that up. Best ongoing game was No Man's Sky. I personally think it deserves it. 100%.
Yeah, well, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate it. I don't dislike anything. I don't say it doesn't deserve it. I'm just going based off of like how much development I've seen
The
of
other
it,
games?
at least. And I've seen more development in in Destiny 2 and like Apex Legends and like Warzone and Fortnite. I'm not saying like No Man's Sky doesn't deserve it. I just mostly seen development in those games, how ongoing they keep going. So I was just a little surprised about that.
I think the reason you might think that is because like these other games kind of hold like events, while No Man's Sky is more like monthly, like not monthly updates, but like quarterly updates almost, where they do like huge expansion patches or whatever. While like Fortnite, they have an event like every couple weeks or every season. Same thing with Warzone and Destiny, and not so much Apex, to be completely honest. But
yeah, Apex is.
If you look at it from where it was to where it's at now, I mean, I'm not gonna say they didn't fuck up, because they fucked up. They fucked up.
So you're saying they're
okay?
fucked up? Yeah, they definitely fucked up right there.
Honestly.
I remember seeing that when as soon as it launched, nothing but just fucking complaints about the whole game at launch, and kept going throughout until they started actually fixing things.
Pretty much how the game is now is what they promised at launch.
Yeah,
but it wasn't there. But like at least they're a good studio. They've listened to the community feedback. They've been updating this last update, the Origins update. Oh, now I just completely remembered. now that I just ordered that 3080, I can finally play No Man's Sky and like good graphic settings. Because remember how we were playing it and we could barely run it on like low settings.
I mean, we could run it, but it's just
it sucks at low settings or medium settings. You can't really see anything.
You can only see something from
flying into the planet.
You can see things at like a few hundred feet. And that'd be about it.
You're over here flying through the planet on your ship, and like it looks like the planet is like empty, but then you start slowing down and everything starts to load in. It's like, crap, I'm hitting a bunch of trees and rocks and mountains and crap.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You'll see a flat land on it. I
forgot about that.
You'll just zoom right in, and I know where a fucking mountain might come up.
I completely forgot about that. So, ooh, I'm excited to play some No Man's Sky now. I might actually be able to stream it. I'm sorry, bud. Like I said, if I can send you my 980 Ti, I'll send it to you.
Nah, buddy, you gotta buy me a 3080.
Do you really want me to commit seppuku? I'm over here already crying on the inside. Okay.
What you mean, bud? I can send that money over. I can probably get it to you real soon.
Yeah, real soon, huh?
Therefore, it had to be over your donations. I'll even be kind enough and pay for the transaction.
Oh, you're too kind. Let's see what's another good category that because there's some categories in here that I just don't Oh yeah, Last of Us 2 won action adventure. I completely forgot about that.
Was it that?
It was an action adventure, yeah. Let's see what's another good category. Oh, multiplayer.
Oh, yeah. So wait, that's 7 then, isn't it?
No, it's 6. We kind of went right before we started the podcast. You know how we were counting? I was just looking at The Last of Us being the winner. I was looking at the categories. That and that it won. No, it won 6.
No, it's 6.
6 total. All right, so best multiplayer game, Among Us. Do you agree with that? Do you agree that Among Us should have won, or do you think it should have been like Animal Crossing, Warzone, Fall Guys, or Valorant?
On this one, no. To be honest, I feel like it's a good choice right there. Best multiplayer, because you know what, multiplayer is basically based off of trying to play with friends online, friends that sure maybe you haven't met, or friends that you know want to play with, but of course maybe you can't play with all the time, like actually physically. That's what multiplayer is basically. But Among Us really makes
it blew up. I don't know.
It blew up, and it really
that's for sure
brings everyone together. Sure, at the end it ruins friendships because of how much lying there is, but
it has ruined friendships. Fuck you, Bob, for always killing me and stabbing me in the back.
How's that feel, little bitch?
When I trust you, I'm over here running around with you. I'm like, I trust Bob. I'm over here backing you up, and then next thing you know, I get stabbed in the back or get my head blown off.
You know what I actually found out? I don't know how true it is, but on TikTok right there, I found I was just scrolling through the one now, and randomly a thing came up where somebody who actually worked on the game, on Among Us, who actually works on the game, the stats of how many imposter wins against how much crewmates win. Imposters win 54% of the time, throughout the whole game.
Really? Damn. Mm-hmm. So we got some good liars.
Yeah, I know that's what the end of the video said. It's like, so that means all of you are really basically good liars.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm a pretty decent imposter when it comes down to me.
Terrible.
The only times I really fuck up is when I end up killing people in front of other people.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd say you're a terrible imposter.
Oh, well, I was over here about to compliment you. Fuck that shit. I ain't about to compliment you for shit.
But yeah, for the best multiplayer, I agree with it. You know, Among Us, it deserves it.
To be honest, I'm surprised even Warzone made it onto some of these categories. With how buggy the game was, I don't think it should have even been nominated for anything, to be completely honest. The game was just in a bad state.
I know, but
it's in a bad state the thing entire is though, year, like, man.
Thing is though, sure you see a lot of BRs and whatnot, but you know it's a Call of Duty BR. people love Call of Duty, and you put a BR together, that's really good stick. Sure, it's buggy. You know, sure, sometimes it's fucking hard to even play, but I mean, if you think about it, bud, when we played it, it's still fun. It was still fun. I'd still say it was fun, no matter how
I'd
much
say I got some pretty good moments out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the best moments happen because of glitches, but I'm just hoping that this new Warzone season makes me actually lose more money. I miss those days. I miss the days of doing those tourneys.
This guy over here.
Those were the good old days. I still got money to lose, okay? My money's just been sitting in that account for years at this point.
So any other
So I'm ready to lose it. I'm ready to lose all $10. Yeah, what I saw another one over here. Was it best debut game?
Oh yes, the best.
Where is that category for Phasmophobia? Phasmophobia ended up winning.
Right there, I see it. It's underneath. It's just underneath where we saw the multiplayer Among Us. The
best debut game. Yeah, Phasmophobia. When they were announcing them, when they were announcing that category, I was just really hoping, like, oh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I really hope Phasmophobia wins because I think it deserves it, man.
Yeah, because I mean, to be honest, like, I'm pretty sure last time we talked about it. I'm pretty sure last time we talked about the best debut games in one of our other podcasts was I didn't even know about Mortal Shell or like any of these other ones.
It's like a Souls-like game.
Yeah, I remember you guys saying that. But like, the thing is, like, I don't know. It's like I've never heard too much about it. Like it never skyrocketed like the way Phasmophobia did.
Unless you're like a huge like Souls fan, you probably didn't really know about it. To be completely honest, I know Seabass knew about it because that dude's obsessed with all the Souls type games: Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Neo. So just the fact that Phasmophobia won, it's being developed by one person, which is even more insane. It's just like, oh, the amount of pressure this guy has now.
To be honest, though, I feel like he probably isn't a one-man crew anymore. He's probably got a couple more people. He probably has.
No, yeah.
He's probably got money now from all that Steam purchases. Well, how much was it? It was like a $10 to $15 game, right?
I think it was like a $15 game.
Yeah,
or 13.
Yeah, and like so many people bought
players? Let me check the Steam player base. Steam player base Phasmophobia. Player count. Phasmophobia. In the last 24 hours, 29,095 people have played. All-time peak, 112,241. So let's just say that, 112 people actually did buy the game.
$100.3 million a boot.
$1.6 million.
I didn't see the exact
number. And say that was it Steam takes I think 35%.
At the same time though, you also got to know, like, those are people playing at the moment, right? Like, what about like all-time sales?
No, all-time peak. So all-time peak was 112,241 players at one time. So
playing the game?
That's just people playing the game at one time. The all-time peak. So that's not counting like the people that have bought the game, like later on too. So
yeah.
So that even if Steam takes the 35%, he still made $589,000.
That's a lot. He probably didn't even expect that much too.
No, what he expected, I think what I heard from like an interview that I read, was that it was more of like a school type project.
A school type project. Shit, imagine making a game for like I said, it was school type, but of course it's not school type. Of course it's not actually just for school. But imagine making a game where it's just for school, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna throw it out there, put a little price on it, next so fucking boom, there goes your student loans. You don't have to worry about.
I don't know. I don't know if it was 100% like a school type project, but it was for sure like, just a little project to
Sip, get out of here.
To Yes, please.
For a moment.
Oh my god, we just had an intruder on the podcast. You guys didn't hear it, but anyways, what I was trying to say is that fuck, I think what it was like one of those stepping stone type games. It was a game that he made and just to like get a little bit of money to help him fund the next game. I think that's what it was.
Nah, bro,
like he wasn't expecting much.
I mean,
this dude's made it big.
Yeah, and with all like with say programs that he had and everything and whatnot, he's probably like got enough to buy better programs. You know, even pay employees if he wants to with this.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, you can keep development on this game for at least a couple more, probably a good year or two, to be completely honest. Because say that you're paying employees, you know, you say that he hires at least 2-3 other people, and he's paying them $50,000. You know, that's $150,000 out of say the 500 that he has. So he still has what, $350,000.
And this is just the money
development costs.
And to be honest, this is probably like the minimum of how much we think he has.
That's just from the all-time player peak. That's not counting like people still purchasing the game now. You know, because for the past like the game has averaged like 30K players, 40K players here in the last month or two. So it still has a very, very good player base, a very healthy player base. So I'm really happy for him. You know, lots of pressure. Yeah, but I think it's gonna be. I think good things will come out of him. So. What else? Are there any other categories that you were like surprised about or excited, or games that won or anything like that?
I don't know. I guess best RPG.
I'm sad on that one. I wanted my game. Persona to win.
And I was thinking Genshin Impact too.
I for that one I did vote for Persona. Just because I played the Persona 5. I haven't played Persona 5 Royal. It's so good, man.
I didn't even vote.
It's so good. You didn't vote?
Actually, I don't.
How dare you?
Yeah, whatever. I didn't vote. I didn't want to go through all that sign up stuff and everything. I was just like,
What do you mean? You just logged in with your Twitter. That's what I did.
I deleted my Twitter.
I just logged in with my Twitter. My name on the Game Awards website still says Marv Pineapple from when I was in Marv for some whatever reason. It has the picture of me in the
likely story. All right, but yeah, what do you think of the Final Fantasy 7 remake being the RPG of the game? RPG best game.
I haven't personally played it but from you know the soundtrack that I've heard and like the little bits and pieces of gameplay that I've seen and the trailers I've seen, I think it probably deserves it. You know, if it's anything like the original, which I heard majority of the game was, it's gonna be, you know, I think it deserves it.
Yeah,
probably a really good story. Graphically, it looks amazing.
I've seen gameplay of it and it looks good. I've heard people who played the game back in the past, they really loved it. To be honest, I hear a lot of people saying that's like their most favorite Final Fantasy games.
I was watching a streamer play it once, right when they started playing it, and the title screen came up. They literally burst into tears because it was
burst into tears.
I just noticed what you're.
I know what you're talking about.
They burst into tears. It was one of their childhood games. See, I've never played the original. Okay, so I can't say. I don't know if I'll get the same emotional give the same emotional response as people who played it during the childhood would. Okay, because when I was during my childhood, what I was playing was Crash Bandicoot, Soul Blade, you know, Gran Turismo, Tekken, you know, a bunch of fighting games, because like we couldn't really afford games back in the day. For me, it was you choose one game and that's it for the year. You know, if I was lucky, since my birthday and Christmas are like back to back, maybe get 2 games. That's a big maybe. And then maybe if my parents were feeling generous and I got really good grades during school, maybe they'd buy me a game like halfway through the year. So at most, I'd maybe get like 2-3 games per year back in the day. No, compared to me buying games like almost every other week now. Which
This guy over here. Not even just the games, you'd buy also the fucking collector's edition. And then buy another game on the side.
Of the game.
Yeah.
Like today, I just pre-ordered Persona 5 Scramble for the Switch, okay?
Of course you would.
I did. And I got it from Best Buy because they're offering the Steelbook with it. And I'm like, because I saw it on GameStop, I'm like, ooh, GameStop's giving a little Joker pin. But then Best Buy has the Steelbook. But GameStop had the Joker pin. But Best Buy had
Alright, this fucking guy. Always
this guy over here.
And always going, I don't have enough money. Of course you don't have enough money doing that.
Listen.
Of course you don't have enough money. Always doing that shit
I don't
right
now, okay? I just bought a 3080, okay? I'm still crying on the inside. I just looked at my bank account, okay? I thought they were gonna take a little bit longer to charge me. No, they already charged me, okay? Luckily I had enough money in my bank account. It hurts a lot to see all that money be gone.
Lies, you son of a bitch. I know how much money you have.
I don't have anything. I'm broke. I'm in the negative.
As they all say.
It's a minus 0.0000000, however many zeros it has to be. But yeah, it's negative.
This guy.
Negative 0.001. So I'm negative by 1.
All right. So any other categories you want to get into or anything like that? Otherwise, we go towards Game of the Year and think, but like, does it fully deserve it?
Best performance. I think best performance. We haven't touched that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one.
Laura Bailey. Yeah. So Laura Bailey being Abby, I think she deserves it, to be honest.
I was 50-50 between, you know, Abby's character and also Ellie's voice character. I was 50-50 on them because they were both really good.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I voted for Ashley Johnson, which was Ellie's character, just because like I know the character from the first game.
Yeah. So
I've listened to Ashley Johnson since the first Last of Us, and she did a really good job. Oh, and then when I was at PSX a couple years ago, I saw one of the panels. She was there live on stage. I'm like,
and you were crying, you're like
so I'm like, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bigger fan of Ashley Johnson than I am Laura Bailey. But like Laura Bailey, she has some really good roles. She's done some good stuff. She did a really good job with Abby. You know, obviously they made Abby be the villain of the game, but if you think about it, she was, you know, they're both villains in their own way.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just looked up some of her roles. She was actually Mary Jane in the 2018 Spider-Man game. I didn't know that.
Huh.
Laura Bailey? Yeah.
Didn't know that either.
She's Mary Jane in the 2018 Spider-Man, and then she's Kate Diaz in Gears 5, which I think is what the main.
I think I know who that is. Yeah.
The main character. The main character that you play in. And she's also Black Widow in the Avengers game that just came out.
The shitty Avengers game, apparently.
Oh, I didn't know. She's a voice actress for Fruits Basket. You know the anime.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
Toru.
I just don't know the character. So don't even try to say the name.
I don't either. Okay, I don't either. But yeah, I'm looking at some of the stuff that she's done. Catherine Full Body. She's in that one.
Ooh, Catherine.
She's in Days Gone. Yeah, she plays Catherine with a C.
Well, also, did you know Ellie's? I forget her name. Ashley what?
Ashley Johnson.
Ashley Johnson. Yeah, she was in the Avengers movie.
Yeah, she was she was like the waitress on TV.
Yeah, she was like waitress and whatnot. And in the deleted scene, she was actually like
predator waitress.
And in the deleted scene right there, she had just a little bit more time with with Chris Evans.
Oh, I'm over here looking at Laura Bailey. She's the voice actress for Lucina in Smash Bros. Lucina, she's in Code Geass.
Code Geass.
Who's
she?
Geass.
Who's she in Code Geass?
Nagisa Chiba and Rakshata Chala.
I can't put names to faces.
I've never seen that anime, so I don't know. But I know it's a good anime because everybody keeps telling me to go watch it.
How do they look?
So I'll watch it someday. I don't know. I just have her IMDb page pulled up. Okay. But yeah, Laura Bailey, she 100% deserves it. I know I went a little bit off track, but yeah, she deserves it. Really good voice actress at what she did.
Yeah.
Good performance.
Let's see Aeon and
So worth it.
Aeon and Simp over there.
I know she's over here apologizing in the God's chat now. I'm just reading the chat right now. Aeon said he pulled a me.
Both of me. Oh yeah, he came in that one time. Remember that? He fucking came in out of nowhere.
Like, why does nobody ever read the chat, man? I said nobody joined recording, and like, she's over here. I got home and immediately joined. At least on the bright side, she's thinking about us, right?
Yeah, it's funny. All right, so
it's okay.
Here we go with
game announcements. Oh, there's a couple game announcements that. Okay, so the first one, I'm just going down the list on the IGN website. So since it's on top, Sea of Solitude. Even though the game came out last year, they're releasing the director's cut for the Switch, and I completely forgot about that game last year.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, like it's one of those games that like you see once and then you just forget, but then like once you see it, you're like, oh yeah, remember that. That's a really.
But for me though,
it's a really good game.
It's something I just never seen.
It looks really good. So I
Is that Icarus behind you?
Yeah. She's over here sniffing. She's under my desk sniffing. Go away, dog. But anyways, yeah, Sea of Solitude. I'm really excited to play it. The trailer, I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, it was one of those games for Impact from last year. And I think it won the award last year.
Huh.
So,
well,
it's one of those games that talks about like, like mental health issues or whatever.
Yeah. It definitely seemed like that. I saw the trailer too, like, and everything. It seems like an interesting game. Just the way the art looks and the way it, like, just the way you said, seems to kind of deal with a type of mental health, because it says like your inner demons and try to fight them, all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's one of the games that they announced that you're pretty excited about?
Yeah, what about the Chia? Is that how I say it? The Chia? Or Chia? Chia? I don't know how to say it exactly.
Oh yeah.
That one looked pretty interesting. To be honest,
it was interesting.
I don't know why. I'm just thinking about it right now. I didn't think about it before, but I kind of think about it right now. Like some aspects of it just like gave me a little bit of a like a Breath of the Wild type feel. Just exploration, all that shit. But there's also another aspect of it, but I can't really think of what it is.
Oh, when I saw the trailer, it seems one of those interesting games. Will I play it?
Yes.
Maybe eventually. Maybe eventually. Is it going to be one of those games that I completely forget about? 100%.
Yes.
1000%. I'm going to be forgetting about this game. It's more of it looks more of an indie game, but then I'll probably play it once I see it late at night at like 2 a.m, and I'm like browsing through the eShop or Steam or something, looking to spend money even though I'm broke as hell. I'm like, oh, this game seems a bit interesting. I'll play it. Spend $20.
I don't know. Yeah, it seemed like a pretty interesting game, even though it seemed like an indie type title. I don't know if it is. I haven't kind of slightly.
I don't know. I know nothing about the studio,
yeah.
So I can't tell you if it's an indie title or not.
Yeah. Seemed interesting though.
But it looks good. Seems a good, interesting thing. What I noticed is that a lot of the games that they showed during the Game Awards, they seem to be like single player games. So, and I think we're starting to go back into that in terms of gaming. They're starting people were saying that single player games were dead, but I don't think they're dead at all. Because we forgot to talk about the game of the year, but
we are basically everybody knows. We basically already talked about the game of the year.
Yeah,
and just like,
but like for example, going back to the game of the year, all the games that got nominated for game of the year were single player games. Doom, Final Fantasy, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, except Animal Crossing, but that one's not really multiplayer either. And then The Last of Us. Most of those are single player games that are like really like either story driven games or the gameplay is just insanely fun.
Yeah.
One of the two. Because Doom isn't really a story driven game. Like it is, but it's not. You play it because it's fun, it's gory, it's fast paced. good. So I realized that during the Game Awards that a lot of the announcements that they were making were single player games that were getting me really hyped. So I'm really excited for that.
Oh, but just give me one moment.
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go bathroom.
This guy over here, he's gonna go bathroom. All right, I guess I'll hold the pod. I'll hold this down for myself.
You could talk about entry Age of Ashes. To be honest, Ashes looks like a good game. When I come back, we'll talk about it, and you can talk about it right now on your side.
I don't know what game he just said. So what I'm gonna talk about while this guy is gone is gonna be Sephiroth from Smash. All right, so you guys are stuck with me for at least a good 10 minutes because knowing this guy, he's probably gonna go bathroom and all that. But yeah, during the Game Awards show, they announced Sephiroth for Smash. If you guys don't know who he is, he's one of the one of the main villains from Final Fantasy VII, I believe. I'm not sure, but just from what they showed in the trailer for Smash, they haven't showed any gameplay. Probably by the time this podcast does go up, the gameplay stream video will be out from Nintendo. But I'm not very excited, to be completely honest. I'm not very excited for this character because we're getting another Swordy, and we already have, I believe, 9 sword characters in Smash. We got Lucina, we got Marth, we got Corrin, we just got Byleth recently. We got
Steve,
Roy,
right?
Chrom, Steve. No. Well, is Steve considered a sword character?
It's like I'd slightly consider him a sword character just because his main just attack is just nothing but just a sword, right?
Yeah, I guess you can count. So we got like 10 characters. So basically, what I was saying,
we'll say 9.5.
So basically, what I was saying while you were going is that I'm not very excited for Sephiroth. Like I kind of am, but I'm not. I don't want another sword character, man.
Well, I'm not like you. I'm just okay with any new character.
Well, yeah, you don't give a shit. Yeah, but I'm not very excited for it. But one of the things I found kind of hilarious was the music that they played for Sephiroth. They're over here playing the music, and then I don't know where they're just like Sephiroth.
Where's Bud? That's gonna be. To be honest, though, from the gameplay, the slight gameplay that we've seen, I haven't checked anymore. I didn't actually see if there's actually like a clip of any more gameplay. But to be honest, they're gonna show him off, I believe, in a couple days on the 17th, I think. But yeah, to be honest, though, his sword and whatnot, man, he's got reach.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying, man. I'm like, boy, this guy's gonna have mad range on his sword. We're getting another swordy character, and he's gonna have range. The only way to balance him is to make him really slow. So I really hope he's not like super fast. I hope he's like Ike slow.
No, but he's gonna be fast as fuck, boy.
But I also don't want him to be like a heavy hitter, like Ike. Okay, make him more like Lucina, Marth type of like damage wise, but make him a little bit slow just because he has a stupid long sword, man. Like,
how about like
why?
Oh god, what's the person's name? Can't remember it. But they always hold a book and they have like a sword and whatnot.
Oh, Robin.
Yeah, Robin. Because one of his abilities isn't like that though. He like shoots a little flare off to the side or something and it explodes.
For Robin?
No, for Sephiroth.
I don't know. I've never played Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts.
No. Like in the trailer, showed one of his abilities, like in game right there. He threw this little, not PK fire, but like this slow little thing that goes forward and explodes right there.
That might be his neutral B, to be completely honest. So maybe, or side B, similar to what like Zelda does.
Yeah, that's what.
With that little exploding orb.
Yeah,
might be similar to that. So I don't know. Am I super excited for the character? I'm like, I'm
gonna get him first day, bud.
I don't want a swordy. Let me get Waluigi, man.
Waluigi. Just because I showed you that video right there, you just want to. And you just
yes, that's a good video. But a lot of people have been wanting Waluigi for years, man.
Yeah, to be
years. Yo, let me get Crash, okay?
Is he in any of the games without like being emulated in it? or anything or modded into it.
Technically, he is in Ultimate, but he's one of the trophies. So like one of the assist trophies for like as an item or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean like an actual playable character.
No, he's never been a playable character unless it's been modded. So
the feels.
So what was this? What was this game that you told me we should talk about? But I completely
Century Age of Ashes. And to be honest, it kind of looks like a pretty fun game. I wouldn't say it's like going to be my top game I'm going to get and whatnot. It actually kind of like a little fun game. It's you actually get you fly on dragons fighting other dragon riders right there.
And that one.
Yeah. I thought that looked pretty cool.
I feel like it. Yeah, I mean, graphically it looks amazing.
Yeah, like I said though,
I'm watching the.
Like I said, it's not like top thing I'm trying to get or whatnot. It's just like it looks really interesting. I'd probably want to get here and there maybe if it goes on sale.
I feel like it might be one of those free to play multiplayer games. To be completely honest, I feel like that's what it's gonna be.
If it is, I'd get it.
Yeah, I'll get it. It looks beautiful.
Looks nice.
What is it? What is it for console only?
I actually didn't see
PC.
That. PC?
It says Steam and Microsoft Store. So, yeah. Oh, and Epic. So, yeah.
Okay,
well, PC game. Maybe it'll come to console.
I thought that was a pretty nice looking game that I'd want to play maybe sometime.
You can sign up for the beta now.
Nah, too much work.
Too much.
Yeah, to be honest, there's a couple things that came out on beta that they said they were gonna do, but I can't remember exactly what they were.
Back 4 Blood.
What?
Back 4 Blood. When I saw that, do you know which one that one is?
I have no idea. I've never heard of it.
Back 4 Blood. It's they showed a trailer or a gameplay trailer. It's being made by a former dev from the Left 4 Dead team. So I want to say it's like a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, because it still has that 4-player co-op. You're being surrounded by a shit ton of zombies. You get like all these morphed zombies and all that too. So
no, I mean I thought it was like a sequel or something to or maybe like a part 2 to something. Oh well, then yeah, I kind of I already know like Back 4 Blood was. I already saw the trailer and everything and whatnot. I actually made okay. I can't remember what it is. I said something about it. Got kind of like a Left 4 Dead feel to it, while also having something else to it.
Because I believe it's the same director or former director or something that worked on Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2. So we know for a fact that Valve isn't going to make a sequel. They're not going to work on Left 4 Dead 2 anymore. We're not going to get Left 4 Dead 3. So what's going to happen?
I thought they were
Back 4 Blood comes out.
I thought something Left 4 Dead 2 was coming out.
No, remember that update that came out a couple months ago? That was a community update for the game. It wasn't even by Valve itself.
No, I thought I saw something else that was coming out for Left 4 Dead 2. I remember what it was.
Not that I know of.
Oh, whatevs. But yeah, it looked interesting. Oh. Back 4 Blood. Yeah, that was.
I think it's gonna be really fun. I feel like we need a little bit more of those co-op type games where we can just fuck around and I can TK.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to buy me the game, bud.
What do you mean? We're signing up for the beta or for the alpha or whatever. What do you mean sign up? We already did sign up. At least I did.
Oh well, bitch.
Too late, bud. Too late. I already signed up on 2 emails, so I got you.
This guy. You actually signed up for 2 emails.
I did sign up on 2 emails. Yeah, I want access to the game. Okay, if I end up getting an extra code and somebody else doesn't, then I'll give it away. But yeah, I want to play the game. It looks fun, man. Spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. It looks, game engine is like updated. Spiritual successor. Because it's not Left 4 Dead, but it is Left 4 Dead. Okay, just under a different name. That's why I keep saying it's spiritual successor, because that's basically what it is.
How about Perfect Dark? You ever play it? You ever heard of it?
No, because they've only shown the trailer.
Oh yeah, you haven't played the other ones?
There's other ones?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like
2. No,
maybe?
I didn't.
I'm pretty sure there's like 1 or 2. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, this is like I don't know too much about the other games, but I mean I do know the name Perfect Dark, and I was like, I was like, oh shit, they're making
Was
another
it?
one.
Wait, did Perfect Dark come out like on the PSP?
Maybe.
I feel like it might have at one point, to be
Maybe.
completely honest. Oh, okay. I'm looking at some screenshots. I've seen this game before, but I've never played it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never played it either and whatnot, but it did look like an
Hey.
interesting game for back then. And if it comes out now and slightly plays the same, but update graphics and everything and whatnot, I feel like it'd be interesting thing now for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing these. These came out like on the Xbox or the PS2 or something like
Yeah, it
that
came
back in
out
the
a
day.
long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but
Early 2000s.
early 2000s, yeah.
Early 2000s. But yeah, I saw the cinematic trailer. I think it's going to be a good story. I think it's going to be one of those other like, you know, single player type games that it's going to have really good story. So, I'm excited for it. Yeah. Graphically, cinematically, it looked amazing. Let's just hope that actual in-game gameplay looks just as amazing.
um, did you
This guy over here.
like in the Game Awards? Did you see the Hood and Outlaws and Legends thing? Hood, Outlaws, and Legends.
Let me see. I just passed it here on the list too.
It's just
and
under
I
Back for Blood.
didn't-
We're on the same
Yeah,
one.
that's
I'm
what I'm
pretty
saying.
sure.
Could be.
You did see it, right?
Um.
Because I did see it. It seemed like it was.
Oh yeah.
It seemed like it was a like
That multiplayer game.
like a fantasy type like
You know,
heist game.
When I saw it for the first time, did you ever play Assassin's Creed back in the day?
Yeah.
Specifically like Brotherhood and Syndicate?
Yeah. Well, not Syndicate, but Brotherhood. Yeah.
Not Syndicate, Revelations, my bad. It was Revelations, the Ezio
Maybe.
story.
I think so.
Anyways, well, for sure you played Brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know that game had multiplayer in it.
Yeah.
When I saw this, that's what it reminded me of instantly. Was Assassin's
I know.
Creed
I was thinking
multiplayer.
Assassin's Creed here, just because like the way they had to try to be stealthy, and then also pretty sure it said multiplayer right away, and I'm like, oh shit, this is like almost Assassin's Creed right here, multiplayer, and like Brotherhood, and it's like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, but except for you had it's heists.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw it, I thought it looked really good. I think it's going to be really fun. And then I think they're going to have like console exclusive skins too, because I don't know if you noticed during the trailer, but at one point they showed a skin from Horizon Zero Dawn. The main character, her name was Aloy.
No, I didn't.
That's how you say her name.
That.
It was very brief. It was like for like a second or two. So I think they're gonna have like console exclusive like skins. Maybe they'll throw in some Assassin's Creed skins in there as well or something. I don't know, but it looks fun. It looks really fun, man. It kind of reminded me of For Honor as well, but it's gonna be one of those types of games that I'll probably follow, but I'm probably gonna wait for it to release and see what people say about it.
It seemed like that type of game to me. I was like, oh man, this would be fun to play with, the boys. But it just depends on how it plays, how early, like when it comes out, how early gameplay is going to be, there's bugs, what the price is going to be.
I feel like that might be like a $30 game, to be completely honest.
Yeah, if they go above that, that's a little. Oh damn! I saw scavengers, but I can't remember exactly what. I'm gonna skip that.
Well, oh, all right. So, what'd you think of our boy? I don't know if you saw it, but I'm pretty sure you did. What'd you think of our boy Vin Diesel?
Oh,
I know you saw that trailer.
Vin Diesel on R2. I'm gonna be honest with you. The animation itself, like if you have it in a still image, not too bad. But the cinematic itself, just running through the whole thing, there's some slight parts where it didn't
clunky, right?
It felt clunky, like it wasn't right. Like hell, I'm pretty sure in the story. I don't know what about the whole entire the whole story and whatnot. But in Arc 2 right there, you know how it shows like it shows that basically, you know, Vin Diesel's character or whatever has like a kid, right?
Yeah.
The hair on that kid looked amazing. Like, to be honest, the hair on the kid looked amazing. Like the way it was like graphically and everything and whatnot within that cinematic, that looked good. But if you look at everything else, it's like everything else looks good. Like, you know, Forrest the dinosaur, you know, Vin Diesel, he doesn't actually look too bad within like the cinematic, but it was clunky. Just movements and everything was just clunky. You
The
know what I mean?
animation and the frame rate. I noticed that with quite a few trailers that they showed. Is like they were dropping. I don't know if it was because some of these studios might have rushed to get some of these trailers out, because I feel like that's what happened with like Arc 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure this was like a rushed thing, probably within the last month or two, to get something for the Game Awards. Yeah, because I feel like that's what happened. Because there's another game that they showed, where it was supposed to be like a super nice graphical game, and it was like set in like the Middle Ages. I forgot the name of it, but it's by a South Korean studio. And like graphically it looked amazing, but when they showed it, Crimson Desert. There you go. It's called Crimson Desert.
Really? What? Just for the cinematic or
yeah?
something?
When I was watching, no, they showed gameplay.
I know they showed gameplay,
supposedly.
but like I felt the gameplay.
I felt like it was dropping frames.
Really? I didn't notice.
I feel like it was dropping frames, man.
Nah, I didn't notice the frame rate too much, but maybe it might have been dropping frames. But I felt like the gameplay and the way it just looks in general, it looked pretty nice. I just didn't know this frame rate.
It looked pretty nice. But going back to Arc 2, graphically it looks good. Animation wise,
yeah.
Will there be a story to this? Maybe. Was there a story to the first one? I don't know. I never played the first one.
There was no story to the first one. It was basically just a Rust type of thing.
Yeah, so I feel like with Arc 2, they're probably going to incorporate a story, especially since they have Vin Diesel as one of the main characters. I'm assuming he's going to be a main character.
That also, when you're saying story and whatnot, what do you, like, there's also that Arc animated series, too.
That looks so bad. I saw it. It looked really bad. I don't know if you agree, but I think it looked really fucking bad, man. It looked like one of those kids shows that you'd watch at like, 10 in the morning on Saturday.
I don't know. I think it looked okay, to be honest, right there. Like, and I can pretty much kind of tell that it's already going to be within like the Arc 2 storyline, if there's a storyline. Because if you looked at the voices that are going to be within it, Vin Diesel was at the bottom right there. So like,
I think Gerard Butler was also in it.
Yeah, there's Gerard Butler, and there's a couple of them. I can't remember them what they were, but yeah, there was gonna be the animated series, and I don't know. Sure, you say it doesn't look good, but I say it looks. I'd say it looks pretty nice. To be honest, not extremely, not fucking like gonna be world's best animation, but like pretty good.
I don't know. If it comes out on Netflix, I'll watch it. If it comes out on something else, I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch like an episode or two. I'll do what I do with anime. I'll give it an episode or two. If it's shit, I probably won't watch it. So I don't know. I just really hope that Arc 2 has a decent story and like they improve their animations if it's anything like the cinematic. So I just really want to see like that whole mixture with the technology, because at the end of that cinematic they walk into that cave and like their arms light up because they have like that thing like engraved in their arm or whatever, and Vin Diesel's character is just going through the tablet type thing, just going through like he already knows and his name came up and all that. So
yeah, I think it's just like for some reason people were like put on this island, but like he kind of knows that he was put on the island. I don't know exactly what it is, but like he already knows who he is, but he's just like, I'd forget about that person. I'm this new person here.
Yeah. Seems interesting. There is another game I do want to touch upon. Called the Callisto Project. No.
Oh yeah, that one.
The Callisto Project.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, I saw that one.
What'd you think of it?
Oh, I need to see a picture of it in order to get refreshed here real quick. Where's it?
It's being directed by the same guy that directed Dead Space, the Dead Space games.
Oh yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah. Oh, I to be honest, when I was watching it right away, before I even knew it was like directed by a Dead Space guy, I was sick and I was like, man, this kind of reminds me of Dead Space right here. You know, it's kind of like an off Earth type of like world and whatnot, and it seemed like it was a prison, and like these monsters just coming out of nowhere. That's like it seemed very Dead Spacey.
Very
Dead Spacey
because the guy that was in that jail cell or in the cell or whatever, like he had a cellmate with him.
Yeah.
Because he tried waking him up, and then the guy's already like transformed into whatever creature he is, like he is, and also like on his neck, it looked like he had like his health too, which is very similar to how it was in Dead Space.
Yeah, at the same time though I saw that, I just thought it was like that little green thing that was on the back of his neck right there. I thought that was just more of like a pin number, what jail.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. I think this might be another spiritual successor type thing where it's gonna borrow a lot from those previous games of Dead Space, because everybody's been asking for Dead Space games for another game. Even the director wanted to make another one. But EA basically shut down the studio. They own the IPs, so they can't get the rights to their games or anything. So it's like, well, what do? Fuck it, let's just make a new one.
Oh yeah.
So it looks good. The only downfall is that we won't get it until 2022. So we still got a long time to wait, man.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate.
But
it looks really good.
Yeah, and Dead Space 3 right there, they left on a fucking pretty big cliffhanger.
Yeah, because didn't they find out that the markers are like all over the universe? Not just the one that they originally found, but there's like a ton like on like all the planets.
Yeah, but if you played the DLC, and I saw my brother and friend play the DLC, and I saw the ending. Yeah, the way it was is in Dead Space 3. I'm pretty sure the moon that they landed on or whatever, this little ice planet or whatever, it's pretty much a marker itself, or rather, it's just controlled by the marker. And then at the ending of Dead Space 3, the game right there, is basically like, in Dead Space 3 you can play co-op, right? And and at the end of it, both those two players that they could play as die. Basically, almost like it seems like they die at the end. But in the DLC, they actually lived right there, and they're just trying to find a way back to Earth. And at the end of the DLC, they find a way back to Earth. But once they come back to Earth, it's surrounded by all these different all these different like moons that are like the exact same as the moon that they just escaped on. That was a marker.
Okay, I never played the DLC.
Yeah.
I do remember Dead Space 3 very vaguely, and Dead Space 2. I never played the first one, but I did play 2 and 3, so I know majority of the stars. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I have it on Origin. I've just never played it. I don't know why. I should. I've had it for years at this point. Bad mistake. But I'm really excited for it. Like I said, it just sucks that it comes out in 2022, so we don't really know a lot. We can speculate, but that's really about it. So, any other games that they announced that you're pretty excited about?
I thought you were excited about the Scarlet Nexus.
Scarlet Nexus?
Only because of your goddamn white shoes. Once I saw that trailer, I was like, this guy's gonna top. This guy's gonna just buy it just because of the fucking waifus in it.
You already know, Fiend.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I don't know. It seems like a fun game, but that's really about it. It just nothing really like sticks out to me about it. Besides it just being like an anime type game, and waifus. I like my waifus. Waifus are life. Yeah, big anime titties.
Yeah. This guy be.
But that's really about it. I don't know. The trailer looked cool. I don't really have much to say about it other than that. It looks cool. I'm excited to play it. I'll probably play it when there's a sale, because that's one of those games that I'll play, but when it's on sale for like $40, I'll buy it. $30.
You buy it for us.
What you mean? I just spent a lot of money on this 3080. I'm not buying any more games for a good while, okay?
Oh, wow, this guy over here, I see how it is. Well, out of all the trailers, the one I'd say I'm mostly excited about is Mass Effect.
I've never played any of the Mass Effect games, so I can't say much.
Well, I played them. They're great games, and I remember playing Mass Effect 3. I know, like, a lot of people gave hate for, like, the ending of it, but... And also...
I know the ending of Mass Effect 3. I believe it's what Commander Shepard dies or sacrifices himself or herself, whichever version that you play as.
Actually, I think there's, like, 3 endings.
Or was that in the second game?
There's, like, 3 endings in Mass Effect 3.
Something happens, but I know that in one of the endings, Shepard dies... And everybody was like super pissed about it.
Yeah, you know, people didn't like it and whatnot. And then like later on, they announced Mass Effect Andromeda, right? And of course, that one bombed. That Mass Effect just bombed. Like nobody talks about it, nothing about it anymore. You know, just a game that you might be like, you know what, maybe I'll play it if it's cheap.
Not even worth it. Yeah. Not even worth it.
But
just a waste of time.
I don't know too much about the Andromeda story, like where it takes place and like how it is within the Mass Effect story. But I feel like
I think it took place in the Andromeda constellation or galaxy or something. Because
it was like away from everything.
Where it is. Yeah, it was like completely different.
Oh, okay. Well,
completely different characters. Like different galaxy or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another reason why people were like super pissed too.
Okay, well, I feel like this Mass Effect, this new one, it just says Mass Effect new installment trailer, which basically means just a new Mass Effect game.
A new game.
Yeah, but the way that
I'm assuming it'll. My guess is that it's either gonna be 4, or it's gonna be like same tech, like same universe as the first 3, but like just a new set of characters. With maybe some returning characters if whoever survived.
Yeah.
If any survived. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't know that about Andromeda, the one you said right there. Like, that it takes place in somewhere else. Like, somewhere else, but still same universe. But this one right here, this one definitely takes place, like, maybe even, like after probably what happened in Mass Effect 3 and, like, you know, continues the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one.
Like I said, I'm not... I Was Mass Effect Remastered confirmed? I believe it was. The Mass Effect trilogy being remastered.
Oh yeah. I think I can't remember if it's 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 or just 1, but yeah, I remember hearing that was definitely going to be a remaster.
I do believe that. I think it might be the trilogy. I'm not 100% sure. But I will be playing those because Mass Effect is one of those games that like everybody's played. Everybody talks about it. They love the games. They hate the games. People get tattoos of it. What's that famous one? That famous logo, the N7.
Yeah.
N7 something.
N7.
I have no idea what it stands for, but apparently it's like
Normandy 7.
Normandy 7.
Yeah. The ship's called the Normandy.
Yeah. Okay. So I know that the games have a big significance in gaming. So it's on my list since they announced. I forgot which ones they're remastering, but I will be playing them eventually. So yeah, maybe I'll become a Mass Effect fan. I don't know. Maybe.
Well,
all right. So I really want to talk about this. You know damn well we have to.
No.
You know damn well. So everybody knows that Cyberpunk released. And like I said, unfortunately, we got the opportunity to play it. Unfortunately. Now, okay. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't have a lot of time played on the game. I have about 3 hours, and about 30 minutes of that was creating my character. You know, made my character look cute AF. You know, gave her some tiggle bitties. You know, some made her look female, completely female. No, I didn't put a wiener on her. I know that you probably did.
Of course I did,
but what do you like the game from the little bit that you've played on your slideshow?
It's fucking hard to experience the game at 20 to 25 FPS, all right? Fucking hard to experience that. And that's all you got. I've got like 2.9 hours in it, but that's basically just
trying to fuck with the settings.
That's basically just fucking doing shit all. I'm not even past the part in the story where I can free roam.
I kind of am, but I'm not. I'm at the part where you take the drive with Dex.
Well, we got different things here. So I don't know what that is.
Well, remember when I went to go talk to Victor to get my like enhancements or whatever?
I think that's where I am. I think I just right after that.
Yeah, I basically did the one mission right after that, which wasn't even a mission. It was just a meetup. I went to go meet up with Dex because you got a job from Dex and all that.
Like I said, we got two different storylines here, but we still meet some of the same people. So I don't know who Dex is. It might be somebody else.
But yeah, basically we're very similar to where we're at. And so far, I like the game, but for sure, it's a keyboard and mouse type game, except for the driving. Driving fucking sucks with keyboard. I don't recommend it. But also at the same time, playing with controller, I did play with on controller for a little bit. I did most of the tutorial with it. It's weird. It's like, how in most first-person shooters, like when you play with a controller, it's like smooth, like sensitivity is like smooth across. Like if you do 360, it stays the same. Well, in this one, basically, it would start off at the sensitivity that you're at, but then after a little bit, it would like accelerate. So like if you're shooting, like one enemy's like on the left of your screen, and then the other enemy's like on the right of your screen. By the time you get to the right, it's already accelerated too much, and you go past it a little bit.
I think
so. It's like really hard to aim.
There is aim assist on it.
Yeah, that's with like the standard aim assist on, which is weird.
Well, actually, isn't there a moment right there where it tells you, do you want this aim assist? Do you want this aim assist? Do you want this aim assist? I'm pretty sure like if you're on controller, it tells you like which aim assist you might want right here. You want very little, or you want little, none, or maybe even just more. Pretty sure it's like three. I'm pretty sure it's like 3 or 4 settings. I just picked very little or whatever it was.
I picked the normal, just the standard.
So maybe that's it. Maybe aim assist is already like correcting it, but you're just pushing it too far.
I don't know. It might be, but
yeah.
So far the game's decent. For sure, if you don't have a good graphics card, you can't play the game.
Like mine.
Like mine. Mine's
20 to 25 FPS.
I'm getting like 40 to 45 FPS.
No, but
wait, that's on low settings, right?
But let's switch to 3080s between here and there. You play it for like 2 weeks, send it to me. I play for 2 weeks, and then I send it to you.
Yo, bet. we'll be swapping 3080s for a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, but for the game though, I feel like it's pretty okay. If I just didn't have the problem I have, but at the same time, I have like an old graphics card. I could even hear the fan. Like it's not going right now, but sometimes the fans just really start. You can really hear it. Like the fans are really loud and everything and whatnot. It's an old graphics card, so 3080 would be really nice to have. Wink, wink.
Do I think they should have? Shut up! I'm still crying on the inside. Okay. Do I think they should have delayed the game? No, I think they made the right choice, the right call by releasing it. Did they release it too early? Yes. Don't know how it's still so buggy after 7 years, but it's still really buggy apparently. But I feel like if they would have delayed the game even a single more time, even by a week or two, it would have killed it completely. So I think they made the right call by releasing the game now and then just continuing to patch it later on.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna. I feel like it's definitely gonna get better within slight time. I don't expect it to be getting better just the way like No Man's Sky is. I expect it to get better pretty soon. People are able
it already has the content. The only thing is it's just buggy and poorly optimized. Yeah. That's all it is. It's just optimization.
But if you have a new 30 series RTX, then you know it's gonna be okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have nothing okay.
Lies, you bitch.
I have nothing. I have nothing just because I've ordered it. Where I got extremely lucky to order doesn't mean that I have it.
Well, for me, I give it a 6 out of 10 for right now, just due to my experience. You know, people have definitely better graphics cards than me. You know, they'll may be able to get a better experience out of this. But for me, 6 out of 10.
I'm kind of with you. I'll give it like a 7. Just for now. Obviously, it's not a hardcore score. It's not set in stone. Just due to the fact that I'm getting 40, 45 FPS, you know, on the game. It runs fairly decent. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm running a 980 Ti graphics card, which is already like a 6-year-old. Yeah, it's like a 5-6-year-old graphics card. My physical card, the one I have in my PC, that's about 4 years old. But you know, it can run the game fairly decent on medium settings. I can at least get 30 FPS. Does it look good at 30 FPS? Hell no. It's fucking trash at 30 FPS. Okay, but there are times where it does dip below 30 to like the 25. So I do know your feels a little bit.
Well,
now, but
is that anything else?
No, just you know, good luck in trying to get a 3080. I got extremely lucky.
Little bitch over here.
So now,
all right.
So now I'll be able to play Cyberpunk because like the game's been out for a couple days, and after I played it the other day, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait.
I'm gonna wait till I get a 30 in order to play this.
Because I could be playing it right now, but the thing is, like, I want to enjoy it like properly. You know, just like that Scottish whiskey that I have. I want to enjoy it properly, and you know, in a whiskey glass with some nice, you know, ice and all that.
All right.
So,
well, I feel like that was pretty much covered quite a lot.
Yeah, I think we're good. So yeah, we've reached the end of the episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed just the two of us. Let us know how we did in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the podcast, make sure you guys check out all of our social medias at Living Off Wi-Fi. If you guys are listening or watching us on YouTube, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. We're almost at 50 subscribers, which is super amazing. If those guys who are listening to us on Spotify and iTunes and the Google Podcast, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. I know it's been a rough year, but you know we've made it through. Next year is going to be a lot better, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully it's a lot better. So our 1-year anniversary is coming up, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. We still don't know what we're going to be doing, but we're going to be doing something, okay? Anything else, Bob?
No, that's about it.
Any plugs you want to say?
I got no plugs, bitch. All right, just peace.
No plugs.
Peace.
All right. You guys have a good one. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.